He's a very nice man. And he plays with three at the back. So the idea is they're going to continue trying to play the way Conte did and see if Simone Inzaghi can do it.
It's not exactly an overwhelming resume for the defending champions, Gab. A nice guy isn't exactly something you particularly want to pin on the top of your CV.
Well, no, he's also a guy who got Lazio into the Champions League several times with a budget that was dwarfed by some of the bigger clubs. I think after dealing with first Spalletti and then Conte, I think the club probably welcomes somebody who's a little bit more level-headed and less confrontational. And I think it's a good hire. He was linked with the Juve job as well before they got Sarri, and he's seen as a manager who's on the rise. I think he's done it for a long time at Lazio, finishing top 4 at Lazio in those conditions. That's no small feat, I think.
Romelu Lukaku taking to social media saying, "Thanks, Antonio. You changed me as a player and made me stronger, and we won together. Winning is, and it's all that matters to you, and I'm glad that I've had you as a coach. I'll take your principles for the rest of my career. I owe you a lot." Gab, of course, you've spoken at length about the fact that Inter need to cut their wage bill. Conte out. Could Lukaku be the next one?
I don't know. I think there's other players that obviously they would rather sell if they have to go and sacrifice somebody. I mean, Lukaku's so integral to what Inter do right now. I think it's more likely if there is an asset that has to be shifted. I think it's more likely it could be somebody like Lautaro Martinez. Hakimi as well has also been suggested, although he's only been there a year, and I think you'd want to do everything you can to hang on to him. They would. In their minds, maybe somebody like Eriksen might be easier to shift, but then he's on big wages. No, I don't think it's going to be. I generally don't think it's going to be Lukaku, unless Conte lands somewhere and demands Lukaku and tricks his owner into spending silly money. But there is no question that Inter are going to have to raise money this summer, and it's hard to see them doing it without selling, at least one of those 6, 7, 8 core players that they have.
What price would make their head turn on Lukaku, yeah?
I mean, I think it would have to be. Remember, they spent a lot of money to sign him. I think it would have to be north of that. He's a better player now. I think it would have to be something, in the 100 million range. Again, without getting all boring. I know Craig's not here and bringing up amortization and whatever. For their books, they could make more money by selling Lautaro Martinez at 60 million than they could selling Lukaku at 100 million. And so obviously Lautaro is the guy who they would rather sell, but they would rather not sell Lautaro. But obviously there are contractual issues as well. So somebody's going to have to go. But I think they're going to do everything they can to hang on to Lukaku. And I generally don't think Lukaku particularly wants to move. He's very happy in Milan.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.